Kiara and I are here to provide the land acknowledgement for the class of 2020.
We would like to give a special shout out to all of the Native graduates throughout Portland Public Schools. Portland Public Schools is located within the city of Portland, Oregon and Multnomah County. As graduates of Portland Public's class of 2020, it's essential that we acknowledge that every school building, court, field, stadium, office, local field trip, and learning space we've utilized during the many years of our learning journey has taken place on Indigenous land. As such, we honor the tribal people whose way of life, traditions, culture, and in every sense, ways of being was taken from them. Acknowledgement is a simple, powerful way of showing respect for those whose land we are on and step toward correcting the stories and practices, language, and art that erase Indigenous people's history and culture, and toward inviting and honoring the truth and relationship with our Indigenous land, resources, and communities. Indigenous people have lived here since time immemorial for thousands of years in the past. The Portland metropolitan area covers both sides of the Columbia River and both sides of the Willamette River, spanning into surrounding counties. In this broad area, there were numerous tribes, peoples, and villages that honored the abundance that the lands offered. We honor their history and acknowledge the sacrifices they made.
In the Portland metropolitan area, the tribes are the Multnomah, which is a band of the Chinook, the Wasco, Cowlitz, Klamath, Clackamas, Tualatin, Kalapuya, Malawa, and many other tribes who made their homes along the Columbia and Willamette River. Let us also acknowledge the robust present-day federally recognized tribes of this area, the Grand Ronde, Siletz, and Cowlitz. It is within the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde and the Confederated Tribes of Siletz, Indians, that many of the families of the bands just listed now reside. In addition, we would like to acknowledge the Chinook Nation, which has been seeking federal recognition for many years. The urban Indian community is made up of tribal diversity that originates from around the country, representing at least 380 tribes, with more than 100 tribes represented among Portland Public Schools students and families. Native students show resilience in school from the age of 3 when they enter preschool or PPS Native Montessori through high school graduation. The urban Indian community has a vivid history and present-day presence made up of people whose journeys have brought them to Portland through which ways of forced displacement or seeking better opportunities. Today, these tribes and communities celebrate their heritage, showing resilience and tenacity, which would be greatly admired by their ancestors.
Hey writers, just wanted to say congratulations to all of our Roosevelt seniors. I know we've been through a lot in our 4 years, but also remember all the amazing things we've done together, you know? I'm so proud to be from the North and graduating from the Velt, and you're all gonna move on to do big things, so congratulations, class of 2020.
Hi, class of 2020. Hi, class of 2020. Let's do this right. Family and friends, my name is David Chappelle, and you're watching the first ever virtual graduation. In all seriousness, I'm so honored to be able to address our amazing class. And quite frankly, you too should have been in this video. Most likely you should have written this speech, and most likely you are more equipped to do so. I don't think I solely represent Roosevelt at all. Sure, a part, but not entirely. But lucky enough, I got to attend the most diverse high school in Oregon, and I wouldn't want it any other way. This speech is supposed to be a little interactive, so as you listen, I invite you to interact, reflect, not only investing these few minutes into my life, but also your own. And I don't know about you, but these past 3 months, all I've been doing is reflecting. Seriously, parents, teachers, students, if you feel like it, take some time. I know that this isn't your traditional graduation experience. Actually, nothing since March 2020, Friday the 13th, has felt like anything close to traditional. But nevertheless, this moment is still so important. We've all spent about 15 years of our life. That's 83% of it in school. So of course graduation is special. For a second, think about why this experience is important to you. You got it? Now I know this is going to be corny, but share why graduating is important to you with the people you are with right now. Or maybe send someone important to you a text. Or maybe you can give your grandparents a call for once. Be proud. This is supposed to be our moment. And it still is, so let's own it. Let's reminisce. As freshmen, we had the question of a lifetime. Is the dress gold and white or black and blue? And then we had fidget spinners, and then we had dabbing, and we hit the whoa and all that. And then we had the mannequin challenge in Harambe. Then it was it Laurel or Yanni? And then we started on Snapchat. Now we're on TikTok. I gotta stop. But here's a few serious questions to jumpstart your brain. What did you want to be when you were little? I wanted to be a doctor, and then I wanted to be a marine biologist because I loved sharks. But how about when you were 14 or 15? What expectations did you have coming into high school? And what were or are your goals? Have you achieved them? Who have you made proud? And have you made yourself proud? What is your best memory? What is your worst? Who helped you get to the spot you're in today? For me, this is important because I am a first-generation college-bound student. I've seen my parents struggle because they didn't and even couldn't pursue a higher education, having to work 2 minimum wage jobs at a time, getting denied by government funding, living paycheck to paycheck, dealing with even addiction. But I've also seen them flourish, and I've seen them make huge sacrifices that to them were just acts of parenting. And I've seen them grow stronger together just when they thought they might be growing apart. And that's exactly what we're going through right now. We're apart, but we're together. And to them, I say thank you and I love you. I thank you that will never be said enough or repaid. Now you, take the time to thank the people who you got and who got you here. Maybe it's your parents, an older sibling, younger sibling, auntie, uncle, grandma, grandpa, teacher, coach, friend, whoever it is, thank them right now. All we have is time, so thank them. I can wait. And that's what I appreciate about Roosevelt so much, because you definitely thought about a teacher. And maybe if you didn't before, you're definitely thinking about one now since I said that. Specifically, I love Roosevelt's interpersonal connections that teachers choose to build with their students. Teachers are actually so interested and invested into getting to know who you are and just what you want to succeed in. So I want to thank Bayer for having me in his historical algebra class my freshman year, and for being such a genuine, down-to-earth person and such a good friend. Thank you, Mr. Frazier, for being the best weight training, substitute, and science teacher that PPS has to offer. Mr. Duckwell for getting me my first actual job as a construction worker. Thank you, Miss Lane, for helping me embrace my passions. And thank you, Miss Yo, of course, for staying in meetings at school with us until 8 p.m. and letting your classroom be a second and even a first home for all students. And for most importantly, helping me understand my place in the world. And thank you to all the friends who walked out of my life. You've helped me grow. But more so, thank you to the friends who've walked in. If any of you are watching, know me enough, you know that without all of you, it's hard for me to fully be my outgoing self. So I thank you for always accepting me. Roosevelt and high school in general has also taught me a lot of life skills, like knowing how to care and what's going on in the world, and how to fight for what you know is right, because chances are many people around you feel the same way. I've learned not to park in the no parking zone and to move your car when you see the ticket lady coming, to fight for equity, to uplift silent voices, and to be the microphone. To use my resources, to understand the people around me instead of being understood myself. I've learned about my future and to care about my education. Aside from all the amazing memories I had at school, most of the time I found myself getting home from school just to work on homework for my rigorous classes for hours on end in order to maintain my 4.0 GPA. While my friends were out making memories that they'll be able to cherish forever, I have memories of staying up late just to turn the assignment in before 11:59 p.m. Thank you, Mrs. Halarico. High school is all about mistakes and memories. And unfortunately, we missed out on some of what we think would be the most important memories, and maybe even mistakes of our high school career. Things like prom or senior skip day. Like anytime we beat Lincoln or Jeff, we've always been in this together. We've made great memories. Memories like even when Fatima threw the lotion bottle and it hit Isabel in the face. Cherish all of these memories. Whether it be from an assembly or Roosevelt tradition you loved, or getting to meet some of your best friends, or even being in the award-winning jazz band, and the St. John's Parade, or even Miss Ty's hour-long announcements, or even people stopping in the middle of the hallway when you're trying to get to class because they want to talk to your friend and all that. Maybe this diploma is a new beginning for you, a gateway to college, or to a trade, or to a job, or maybe this is the end. And who's to say that's wrong? Maybe getting this diploma was all you've ever wanted. Whatever this piece of paper we worked for 15 years of our lives, or maybe even more, means to you, just use it to your personal advantage. Because you, out of all people, should be the most proud of yourself. And you'll never regret graduating high school. And now that it's becoming more and more real that we are indeed graduated, keep in mind that you are 17, 18 years old. That's such a fraction of what your life will be. Think about it. We could live up to 70, 80, 90. All the great things we'll do in our future, in our kids' future, and for our kids' future, we're paving the path. We are the future. And the good of 2020 will forever shine, and the bad can easily be paved over by some of the years that we have in our future. Regardless, I really hope that you have taken this time, these 3 odd months out of the school, robbed from our senior year, to hold the ones you love as close as you can. And even the ones you had to social distance from, tell them how much you love them. We have always been one. It's what the last generation of the ACT building has always done, and we will be remembered, and we'll stick together. We'll not be remembered for a global pandemic, but for who we are and what we brought to Roosevelt. Hoodies Up Day, embracing and enforcing Black Lives Matter, climate strikes, school spirit, our voice, the list can go on. It's famously said that tomorrow is never promised, but today is now, so let's celebrate apart together. Together as we have always been. Congratulations, class of 2020. The vision. We persevered, we are resilient, we are the future, and we are forever the Velt. And we have just begun. Thank you.
This is Guadalupe Guerrero, and as superintendent of the Portland Public Schools, I want to extend to the class of 2020 a hearty congratulations on your graduation. We are so proud of you, and you should be really proud of yourselves for reaching this important milestone, and also because we know it has taken a lot of hard work to get to this point. As an educator, I know that this moment is likely made possible because of a lot of individuals who have stood by you growing up and have been there to support you during your academic career. Graduations are a key moment for celebrating and reflecting on your successes and growths. You may be thinking about the long nights you may have spent completing an assignment or cramming for a test, or the countless hours working with your classmates preparing a science project or the high school musical. Or perhaps you're thinking about the time you spent on the field or on the court practicing for the big matches. Or maybe you're thinking about the homecoming dance you went to with your first crush, or the friends you've made over the years who have propped you up and provided a shoulder during those trying moments. You've each had a unique experience in arriving at this point. It is a celebration of all you've grown and the journey you've taken to get here. And for some of you, that journey has been a testament of your resilience and perseverance. I see you. Your teachers, aunties, abuelas, parents, cousins, mentors, coaches, friends, and others see you too. All of our graduates have shown resilience and adaptability as lifelong learners during this unprecedented health crisis. Given this pandemic, I want to acknowledge that you didn't have the senior year that you imagined. The PPS graduate portrait describes students prepared to lead change in the world. You've shown a commendable level of self-agency and leadership. Our community describes in our vision for the school system that we should aim to produce graduates that are inclusive, collaborative problem solvers, transformative racial equity leaders, influential global stewards, and optimistic future-oriented graduates. The class of 2020 has demonstrated many of these traits. It's had more than just a pandemic to confront. You have used your voice, your advocacy, and leadership to speak out and act on a range of important issues of our time, both those local and global. You have advocated and marched, testified at board meetings, spoken truth to power, and insisted that we need to act now on preserving your future in your advocacy for climate justice. Climate change is real and we must do better. Portland showed up strong in the youth-led movement, and it's resulted in real changes for how we make sure that every student understands this important topic. And as our country and our city confronts its history and its institutionalized systems of oppression, once again, you have continued to march and speak out against bigotry and racism. You have understood that this is a time for reflection, learning, and action. You have been clear in your declarations that Black Lives Matter. Having witnessed your leadership, I am hopeful that we will live in a more socially just world. To prepare graduates to lead change and improve the world, that's our vision for our graduates. And I believe that what future Portlanders will read about in history books, it's just that you are the generation truly prepared to lead meaningful change and improve the world so that children and youth from all unique and diverse backgrounds have the equitable opportunity to thrive. So as you go on to the next leg of your journey, rely on what you've learned, both about the world around you and also what you've learned about yourself. Be true to your sense of self-agency and moral compass. Pursue your emerging passions and continue to cultivate your gifts and talents. We are so very proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2020.
I love the riders, I love the school, I love the staff, I love the students, I love this community. I'm super proud and honored to be part of the celebration. So just wishing the riders all the very best. You've done it, this is just the beginning. Your future's bright and we look forward to hearing about all your successes. Much love.
Class of 2020, I'm leaving with you. It's been a wonderful 28 years being a Rough Rider. Take care and be well.
Hi everyone, happy Diploma Day. When I was asked to say something to you all today, I had been struggling to find the words. It's been really hard to find any positivity within a sea of headlines. I'm sure you all have recently been resonating with feelings of anger and disappointment. Where I've found faith and reassurance is within you all and my time here at Roosevelt. The classmates, teachers, and staff that have defined my experience here. You have taught me what community is, how to come together but also stand alone. You are the beauty of this place. Even if they didn't give us the remodel, if we didn't have any bell tower or view of the bridge, with you all here, there is always beauty and hope. The way we all come together, try to understand, love, and rise for one another. The only thing that I can say to you right now is that even if you're feeling scared or unready, I have seen you fight bigger battles than this. Within these walls, you've faced trials and tribulations, but the way you've continued to get back up and pull others alongside of you is a testament to your power. Take the unity and resiliency that we've found here and spread it everywhere. Sprinkle yourself. You are the seeds of change. You are going to make the world flourish. Never forget how much you've overcome just to get here now. With all the strength that you possess, you all are the change we wish to see. Thank you to all the teachers, staff, coaches, and families who supported us here and helped steward us into the people we are today and the future we will create. I love you all. Best of luck.
Hi there, class of 2020. I can say with certainty that this year and this class will always hold a very special place in my heart and the heart of the entire Roosevelt staff. As my first year of principal, none of us could have predicted what would happen this spring. It's been a year of triumphs and a year of tribulations, and I'm glad we can take this moment to celebrate the hard work that y'all have done to get across the stage, though it was a very small stage during Diploma Day. We're really excited to get ready to watch whatever your next adventure is going to be in life. I'm sure we all thought that the global pandemic would be what defines this year, but now we see ourselves in the middle of ongoing protests over the killing of George Floyd and the ongoing reality of police violence towards our Black community. As the protests continue, both large and small, peaceful and not so peaceful, we're starting to see change. Cities and states are talking about the funding of their police departments. These changes are coming about because of young people like you, who say that this violence has to stop. Young people like you who are committed to thinking about and reimagining a world where police deal with robberies and other serious crimes, and other folks like social workers, mental health professionals, and crisis responders deal with the other issues in our community. We can use our resources to build up our communities as opposed to breaking our communities apart. Riders, you, the class of 2020, are uniquely positioned to be the change that our country needs. You came into this world right after September 11th, when our world was in chaos. You have been students in this building as it's gone about tremendous change, including PE class in a tent outside of the building. And you are leaving as graduates in a world full of change, uncertainty, and possibility. I know we are in good hands for what is to come because of the amazing strength and resiliency and focus that our riders in the class of 2020 have. We've seen so many examples of our riders taking on these complicated challenges that face our nation and world. And I can say with certainty, our future is in good hands. Our Pacific Islander students and their allies worked on centering the climate justice conversation on our frontline communities, those communities whose land, community, and culture are vanishing in front of our eyes because of rising sea levels. We've seen our Black Student Union and their allies create a powerful community gathering that focuses on Trayvon Martin's life and Black Lives Matter movement. Senior inquiry students met with me and other administrators to resurrect the Student Equity Council and demand that students be a part of hiring more teachers and staff of color. We have seen many of you present on panels, protest, hold signs, and create programs to address the injustices in the world. Our future is in good hands as we send so many of you off to college with enough scholarship money to pay for almost all of your tuition. These riders are going to learn and grow and thrive in the college environment. All I ask is that when you're done, come back. Come back and tell your story. Come back and get involved in the community that supported you, whether that's here at Roosevelt, it's your church, Latino Network, Step Up, Sun, Urco, Apano, or some other community that helped you be the person you are today and the person you are about to become. Our future is in good hands because all of you are prepared for the challenges that face this country. Even with all this uncertainty, I know our world is better because each of you has been building your skills to be college and career ready and to focus on creating a more socially just place. I'm so excited for each of you. I'm so excited as you move on to your next adventures in life. Know we will always be here for you, and you can always come home. I'm so excited about what each of you will do and how much better the world is going to be because you all are in it. So go out there and act with respect and integrity, embrace our diversity, empower yourself, and live with resolve. In essence, be a rider.
Hola, clase de 2020. Antes que empiece con mi discurso, quiero darle las gracias a los que siempre me han apoyado. A Ms. Velasco, Ms. Hughes, Ms. Delgado, a mis amigos y más que todo, a mi familia. Especialmente mis padres. A mis padres, quiero que ustedes sepan que estoy tan agradecida por sus sacrificios, por las oportunidades que me han dado, porque sin ustedes no estuviera aquí virtualmente, pero graduada. Y a mis maestras, quiero decirles que con su ayuda supe cómo navegar mis estudios y tengo la oportunidad de continuarlos después de la Roosevelt. Ahora, este discurso se lo quiero dirigir a la comunidad hispana y latina dentro de Roosevelt. Estoy tan orgullosa de ustedes porque como estudiante latina sé y reconozco las barreras que enfrentamos como una raza. Sé que varios de nosotros somos estudiantes de primera generación. Sé que varios de nosotros enfrentamos problemas con el idioma, enfrentamos problemas económicos y que no hemos tenido el lujo de enfocarnos solamente en nuestra escuela como otros estudiantes. ¿Por qué? Porque nuestra vida cotidiana, con problemas acerca de nuestro estatus legal, no nos deja vivir en paz y que cada día es una batalla para nosotros. Pero a pesar de eso, estamos aquí graduándonos juntos y quiero decirles que son fuertes y que son capaces de más de lo que la gente piensa sobre ustedes. Quiero que sepan que los prejuicios son prejuicios, pero no son la verdad, y que ustedes son exitosos y que han cumplido más de lo que generaciones antes de nosotros tenían la oportunidad de ser. Ahora, sé que la comunidad hispano y latino dentro de Roosevelt es muy dividido. Reconozco que el rol de donde venimos, si es México, Cuba, Guatemala, Nicaragua, sé que influye con quien nos asociamos dentro de la escuela. Pero quiero decirles que necesitamos estar unidos como una raza que es bueno ser orgulloso de donde vienes, pero no cuando te crea prejuicios hacia otros. Y que es importante estar unidos, especialmente durante nuestra clima política, en donde ambos necesitamos estar fuerte mano en mano para poder salir de ello, para poder ser exitoso, tan exitoso como estamos en este momento. Ahora, quiero darle las gracias a las generaciones que vinieron antes de nosotros, las generaciones que construyeron esta plataforma por cual nosotros podríamos ser exitosos, en donde nosotros teníamos más oportunidades y en donde nosotros teníamos la oportunidad de seguir nuestros sueños. Porque sé que la realidad es que varios hispanos y latinos antes de nosotros y hasta los de ahora no tienen esa oportunidad. Por eso estoy tan orgullosa que ustedes tomaron esta oportunidad de seguir con sus estudios y están aquí. Ahora, clase 2020. Sé que quizá esto no es la celebración que esperábamos, pero no podemos dejarlo minimizar nuestros sucesos, porque hemos hecho gran cosas y hemos cambiado la manera por cual gente ve la comunidad latina e hispana y la gente de color en sí. Vamos a continuar de hacer gran cosas y cumplir nuestras metas. Quién sabe lo que es, pero lo vamos a cumplir. Porque como Dolores Huerta dijo, si se puede, para la raza, lo vamos a hacer. Adiós, clase 2020.
Hi there. I just wanted to take one quick moment to acknowledge that there were a few students left out of our graduation program that we passed out a few weeks ago on Diploma Day. So those students, I'd like to read their names because they're valued members of our community, and I want to make sure that they're recognized just like everyone else. We are going to go ahead and send out new programs to those families, and we also have an updated program on our website. So the students whose names were missed in our original program are Madison Ackley, Christopher Addis, Jonathan Giopoulos, Vincent Nguyen, Grace Pomar, Neva Sinsik, Tatum Chiago, Tyler Dong, Halima Edie, Dylan Jenkins, Austin Fitch, Katie Budd, and Liam Paquin. Congratulations.